Justin Johnston has the first down, and off he goes. They are not going to catch him. No flags.
In the final minute, Bennett from the pocket. Launches
To the end zone, caught, touchdown, A.D. Mitchell.
What is up, everybody? The first episode of PC Sports here on YouTube, and we got a full show today, breaking down the final Sunday in the NFL season with all these crazy scenarios. We're going to preview the College Football National Championship between Georgia Bulldogs and the TCU Horned Frogs. I will give my prediction for that game. We'll be breaking down the AFC Wildcard 7 seed and what those three final teams need to claim that final playoff spot. Also, I'll give my three best bets of the weekend, and then we'll look ahead to next week's show. But first, we have an update for Damar Hamlin, a tweet here from Cameron Wolf. Bills head coach Sean McDermott told his team they had a treat in store this morning, and Damar Hamlin came on Zoom, told the team that he loves them, flexed with both arms, made a heart symbol, and gave them a thumbs up. The Bills players stood and applauded. Now, if you don't remember, Damar Hamlin went down with that very scary injury on the Monday night game in Cincinnati. He was given CPR in the field and then was given a breathing tube at the hospital. He is now off that breathing tube, and all signs look good. We'll continue to pray for Damar Hamlin, but all signs looking good for the young Bills safety. Now, we're going to be previewing this final Sunday, and with that game being canceled, there are a lot of weird scenarios here. So I'm going to throw the tweet up on the screen here from Field Yates. The summary proposal for the AFC Championship game: a 14-3 Chiefs versus a 13-3 Bills will go to a neutral site. 13-4 Chiefs, 12-4 Bills neutral site. 13-4 Chiefs, 12-4 Bengals also on a neutral site. Now, don't forget this Baltimore Ravens Cincinnati Bengals game. If the Ravens win, a coin toss will be done for home field advantage for those two teams. So a lot of things going on for the AFC. That's in regards to the 1 seed. But now we move on to the 3 teams vying for that final wild card spot in the AFC. So 3 teams left: the New England Patriots, the Miami Dolphins, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, these 3 teams, the Patriots playing at the Buffalo Bills, the Dolphins home versus the Jets, where both the Jets and the Dolphins will be starting backups. Jets going with Joe Flacco, while the Dolphins are going with rookie Skylar Thompson. And then the Steelers will be playing against the Browns. The Patriots win. They're in. Dolphins need the Patriots to lose while also defeating the Jets. And the Steelers need to defeat the Browns while also having both those other teams lose. Now, I'm a Dolphins fan, but I think that the Steelers will end up getting in. I believe the Patriots and Dolphins will both lose while the Steelers defeat the Browns. So I have the Steelers heading to the playoffs, even though I'm really hoping for my Miami Dolphins. Now, the NFL is not the only football going on this weekend, as Monday is the College Football Playoff National Championship game. Georgia Bulldogs going up against the TCU Horned Frogs. And here's a little highlight tape if you missed either of those semi-games last weekend.
Bell one in motion. Design run for McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy, a Michigan touchdown. Pressure from both ends. They run past it again. DeMarcado off to the races. They do have an angle, and they knock him down at the 1. 2nd and 2. Wilson. Roman Wilson airborne. Touchdown. Huge 3rd down and 7 here. Michigan blitzes. Duggan dumps it off short. Quentin Johnston has the first down, and off he goes. They are not going to catch him. No flags. The magic continues for TCU.
Linebacker until a shift mid-season. Stroud harassed. He escapes again, and it's in. No, go to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown Harrison again.
The middle. Backer's got to carry that.
Milton makes a cut and bangs down near the goal line. Touchdown. He got in. How about it's McIntosh in motion. Bennett's going to run it. Can he get the edge? He walks in. Touchdown Georgia. On 3rd and 2. Play action flipped wide open. Abuka. Touchdown Ohio State. What a start to the third quarter for the Buckeyes.
That their style of play.
Play fake. Launch. Wide open. Arian Smith left alone, and Georgia strikes quickly. In the final minute, Bennett from the pocket. Launches to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. A.D. Mitchell. From 50 for the win and a spot in the national championship game. It's on the way. No good. He hooked it. And Georgia is going to survive.
So there you have it. The TCU Horned Frogs defeated the Wolverines 51-45. An absolutely insane third quarter with 44 points scored. Max Duggan, 225, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Also ran 2 touchdowns. And then the Georgia Bulldogs, in an instant classic, defeated the Ohio State Buckeyes 42-41, which saw C.J. Stroud throw for 4 touchdowns, but Stetson Bennett leading the Bulldogs to 18 fourth quarter points, throwing for 3 touchdowns and 398 yards. Now this game, the spread is huge for this game. The Bulldogs are minus 13 points tonight on Monday. They opened up at minus 13.5, and actually looking at a tweet here from John Ewing, a part of BetMGM, they moved down to 12.5. 23% of the bets and 33% of the money is on Georgia. The total opened at 61.5 and is now at 63.5. 82% of the bets and 83% of the money is on the over. So a lot of people expecting a high-scoring game. I am as well. I'm taking the Georgia Bulldogs to hoist their second straight national championship, 42-28 over the TCU Horned Frogs. Now, with all that said, I'm going to give you Pat's picks, 3 best bets of the weekend, starting off with the Buffalo Bills, -7 against the New England Patriots. A lot of emotion for this game, especially with that last game being canceled. I think the Bills are going to come out firing for this game, and I think they're going to look really good. Next one, the Colts, -2.5 against the Houston Texans. Texans lose, they're getting that #1 pick. I think everybody can agree that the Texans need that #1 overall pick. So give me the Colts -2.5, and finally the Seahawks -6. Don't forget, they're in for that. They're looking to get in for that final wild card spot. They have to see the Packers lose, and the Detroit Lions are also fighting for that spot. A Seahawks win will knock the Lions out before their Sunday night matchup against the Packers, and I see the Seahawks winning that game. So there you have it, guys, the first episode of PC Sports. We'll be back next week taking a look at the College Football Championship, breaking down some of these playoff matchups that will be set, and, of course, looking back at the 3 best bets for Pat's picks. That's all the time we have for today. I'm Pastor Niglia for PC Sports, signing off.